Hello and welcome to CNN News 18 with me, Ayushman Singh Jamwal. Breaking news coming in from Panchkula, where state government employees are protesting and are demanding the restoration of the old pension scheme. That's the breaking news at the top of the bulletin. What we are learning is that state government employees have hit the streets and are protesting in Panchkula. Those visuals on your screen demanding the restoration of the old pension scheme. So that face-off between the government and state government employees who are protesting in Panchkula demanding the restoration of the old pension scheme. Those visuals over there, it seems that police are trying to pacify the protesters in Panchkula. What we're also learning is that tear gas has also been fired at these protesters to ensure that there's no escalation of the situation. And what we are learning is that these are state government employees who are protesting in Panchkula demanding the restoration of the old pension scheme. Those the police deployment you can see over there, prepared with anti-riot gear. Those visuals over there where the police are firing tear gas to disperse the protesters. Protesters over there demanding the restoration of the old pension scheme. You can see that the heavy police bandobast over there. Those visuals on your screen, firing the tear gas as well as setting up barricades, also trying to pacify the protesters at the same time. I'm joined by my colleague Thakur of News 18 Haryana. Tara, ग्राउंड जीरो से लेटेस्ट अपडेट क्या है?
जी बिल्कुल, अगर यहाँ पर पंचकुला चंडीगढ़ बॉर्डर की बात की जाए तो अभी भी जो है स्थिति तनावपूर्ण बनी हुई है। कई घंटों से लगातार ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम को दोबारा से लागू करने की मांग को लेकर सरकारी कर्मचारी सड़कों पर उतरे हुए हैं और जो मुख्य मार्ग है हाउसिंग बोर्ड चौक, वहां पर जो प्रदर्शनकारी हैं वो लगातार यहाँ प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। पुलिस के द्वारा वाटर कैनिंग का इस्तेमाल किया गया, आंसू गैस के गोले दागे गए, लाठीचार्ज किया गया, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी जो है यहाँ पर प्रदर्शनकारी द्वारा वापिस लौट आए हैं। लगातार यही मांग कर रहे हैं कि जो ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम है वो उसको लागू किया जाए। लगातार सरकार पर दबाव बनाने की कोशिश यहाँ पर सरकारी कर्मचारियों के द्वारा की जा रही है। जिस प्रकार से हिमाचल की सरकार के द्वारा जो है कर्मचारियों की ओल्ड जो पेंशन स्कीम है उसको दोबारा से लागू कर दिया गया है, तो उसी के तहत जो अब जो है हरियाणा में कर्मचारी सड़कों पर उतरे हैं, सरकार के प्रति रोष व्यक्त कर रहे हैं कि हिमाचल की तर्ज पर अब जो है हरियाणा में भी जो है सभी जो कर्मचारी हैं उनकी ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम को लागू किया जाए। और लगातार आंसू गैस के गोले, लाठीचार्ज और वाटर कैनिंग का इस्तेमाल करने के बावजूद भी जो प्रदर्शनकारी हैं वो यहाँ से नहीं हट रहे हैं।
Tara, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm joined by Raman, Malik of the Haryana BJP. Mr. Malik, any outreach from the government side to ensure that these protests de-escalate? Are you planning to have any meetings with these state government employees who are demanding the restoration of the old pension scheme?
See, right now there's no such news with me. But let's kind of talk about what the old pension scheme and new pension scheme. The basic thing has to be understood that the old pension scheme and new pension scheme is like, if you go into the old pension scheme, it is like, again, starting the oil bond phenomena of India, whereby 1,20,000 crore was taken and 3 lakh crores plus has to be answered back, given back. And that is something like a payment which is deferred. Today, I say I owe you, but then my son has to pay it to you. So that is the kind of thing that today they would not do it, but they will keep it deferred for later. And that is what happens with the other banking or the other retailers. So one has to understand that these people who are demanding, there are, everybody in Haryana cannot be only BJP minded or only right ageist thinking. There are going to be supporters of Congress, and they are going to say something or the other. We should not pay a lot of attention on to that.
Right. Just to clarify, you're claiming that these protests that we see on the streets of Panchkula are politically motivated?
There could be some people who are politically motivated in it. There could be. Because there are, there are a lot of people I know, they are people who believed in a particular individual, and that, that individual, these people are answering to that individual, and that individual is like a quasi judicial boss of the entire opposition setup, especially the Congress. So now the whole point which has to be understood is that there is a basic issue, old pension scheme and new pension scheme. in the old pension scheme, your payments are reduced and they are deferred, but the payment which has to be there with the employer are on or are there accounted for. But the basic problem is that the old pension scheme is where you the excess benefit on that is being set aside as a subsidy or as another account on which there is an interest occurring, and that accrued interest plus the original then again starts into a vicious cycle of building more debt, more debt, more debt. It's like if you implement the old pension scheme, it would make you as relevant as, let's say, a Venezuela or a Pakistan.
Right.
It will be as relevant financially.
Right. Mr. Raman Malik, so as you are saying that some people could have vested interest in this protest, do you think there are some gaps in the communication with the benefits of the new pension scheme?
There are people who have this perpetual habit of creating doubts and, playing with the sentiment of the honest, simple Indian. And that those kind of people generally are ones who hide behind carbs. My point is simple, that that person in a tweet yesterday had stated certain things, and then late night, he changed his photograph. Now, my point is here that everybody can change their photograph. That is not an issue. But the issue is that if you're so strong with your argument, if you're so strong with your narrative, if you're so strong with your set of beliefs, then why do you have to change every now and then? That is number one. Number two is that if all of this has happened and there's a Mahapanchayat and everything came out. Now, my deal is, my question here is that till how long will you keep selling the bogey of some protest or the other? One day, people are going to ask that why is it that there is always protest? And the answer would be that, yes, these people did not want to work. They got jobs, they got everything, but did not want to work.